how Iron Dome of Israel works. Imagine you're in Israel and every time a rocket is fired towards a city, there's this invisible shield that springs into action, the Iron Dome of Israel. But how exactly does it work? How is this incredible system able to intercept rockets fired by Hamas or other threats? And what about the funding? Where does the money come from to keep this protective shield operational? Most importantly, just how effective is it at keeping people safe? And do Israelis feel secure under its watch? Let's dive into these questions and uncover the story behind the Iron Dome. It all started back in 2011, when the Iron Dome was first set up near Beersheba. Just days later, on April 7th, it shot down its first rocket from Gaza. The system detects incoming threats and calculates whether they'll hit populated areas. If they will, the Iron Dome fires an interceptor missile and boom, the threat is neutralized in the sky. But it wasn't just a one-time thing. By 2012, this impressive system was intercepting around 90% of rockets that could have hit Israeli cities. Over 400 rockets intercepted in 2012, and more than 1,200 by 2014. But why did Israel feel the need to develop the Iron Dome? It all goes back to the 2006 Lebanon war, when Hezbollah was firing over 100 rockets a day into Israeli cities and the Golan Heights. It was clear the country needed a stronger air defense system. Up to that point, the focus had been on offensive weapons like tanks and fighter jets. That's when the idea of the Iron Dome took shape. By March 2009, after years of development, the system successfully completed its first field test. The project leader, Colonel S., and his team at the Administration for the Development of Weapons and Technological Infrastructure, MAFAT, were tasked with naming the new defense system. Initially, Colonel S. considered calling it Anti-Qassam, but he realized it was not the best fit as the project progressed. He consulted with his wife, and together they brainstormed names. She suggested Tamir, which is a Hebrew acronym for interceptor missile. The name Tamir was quickly approved. For the system, they thought of Golden Dome, but this name was seen as potentially loud, so it was ultimately changed to Iron Dome, which stuck and became the iconic name of Israel's missile defense system. The United States has been a huge part of the Iron Dome's success. From 2011 to 2021, the US pitched in $1.6 billion to keep the system running, with another $1 billion approved in 2022. According to a report from the US Congressional Research Service, the US has contributed nearly $3 billion to Israel's Iron Dome program, covering costs for batteries, interceptors, co-production, and maintenance. Since 2016, both nations have viewed US support for Israel's missile defense, especially the Iron Dome, as a key element of their bilateral relationship. The understanding is that while Israel has developed the technology to protect its territory, it relies on US financial support to sustain it. In October, Reuters reported that President Biden would be requesting an additional $14 billion military aid for Israel from Congress. Over time, the system has evolved too. Initially, it could shoot down threats up to 70 kilometers away, but Israel wanted more. They began working on expanding that range to 250 kilometers, making the Iron Dome even more powerful. It's now also being deployed at sea to protect offshore gas platforms. The most noticeable part of the Iron Dome is the interceptor launcher, which holds up to 20 Tamir missiles. A typical Iron Dome battery is equipped with 3 or 4 of these launchers. Iron Dome was designed to be not only effective but also economical. Its portability is key. Truck-towed launchers can be moved easily without needing special transport. The system's battle management ensures it only engages real threats, helping cut down operating costs. The Tamir interceptor missile costs around $50,000 each, a fraction of the cost compared to systems like the US NASAMS, where interceptors cost over $1 million. This price difference comes from their specific roles. NASAMS defends against a wide range of threats, including cruise missiles and aircraft, while Iron Dome is focused on intercepting the short-range artillery rockets commonly used by Hezbollah and Hamas. Against these predictable threats, Iron Dome has been highly successful. Israel also has a range of missile defense systems beyond the Iron Dome, including David's Sling, Patriot, and Arrow, each designed for different types of threats. Arrow, developed with the US, The Arrow system is designed to intercept long-range missiles, such as the ballistic missiles that Iran claimed to have launched on October 1st. The Arrow operates outside the atmosphere and has been used to intercept long-range missiles, including those launched by Houthi militants in Yemen during the current conflict. David's Sling. Also developed with US collaboration, David's Sling is designed to intercept medium-range missiles. It is particularly effective against threats like those possessed by Hezbollah in Lebanon. This system fills the gap between the Iron Dome and Arrow, providing coverage against missiles that fall between the short and long-range categories. Patriot. The oldest system in Israel's missile defense arsenal, the Patriot was first used during the 1991 Gulf War to intercept Scud missiles fired by Iraq. Today, the Patriot system is used to target aircraft, including drones. Due to the limitations of the Iron Dome, Israel is developing a new system called Iron Beam, which uses laser technology to intercept threats. Israel claims this system will be a game changer, as it's much cheaper to operate than current systems. However, it is still not yet operational. On October 1st, Israel reportedly used all its available missile defense systems to counter an attack from Iran, involving more than 180 missiles. Despite these efforts, some missiles managed to hit Israeli territory. This follows a similar situation in April, when Iran launched over 300 drones and missiles. In that instance, the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, claimed that 99% of the projectiles were intercepted by its defense systems. However, the missile defense systems did not prevent a Hezbollah drone strike on an Israeli army base near Binyamina in northern Israel on October the 13th. The attack resulted in the deaths of 4 soldiers and injured dozens more. In the early days of the current conflict, Hamas fired between 2,200 and 3,000 rockets towards Israel, with Hamas claiming to have launched 5,000. This massive barrage appeared to overwhelm the Iron Dome. A major concern now is the potential for a regional escalation, especially if Hezbollah in Lebanon becomes involved. Hezbollah possesses far greater firepower than Hamas, with hundreds of thousands of rockets. This could quickly overwhelm the Iron Dome, making it harder to protect Israeli territory. Since mid-September, Israel has been targeting Hezbollah, with airstrikes in Lebanon that killed several operatives, including military commander Ibrahim Akil. Israel now has imposed a complete siege on Gaza, conducting airstrikes and a ground campaign. The United Nations has expressed concerns over the humanitarian situation in Gaza, where 41,195 Palestinians have been reported dead as of September 29th. That's all. What are your thoughts about this defense system of Israel? Share your thoughts in the comment section.